Hello students, welcome everyone. Good morning everyone. Today we are going to see new topic of cyber security module 3. So let us start. In previous video we have seen access control. This is a remaining part of access control. So first of all we are going to see denial of service attack. We have referred this we have seen it previously also. Denial of service attack in the sense the hackers denies a service to authorized user. It may also involve delaying time critical information by preventing a machine, a server or entire network from responding to the user request. Hackers create this delay through resource exhaustion, all available bandwidth, memory capacity. Example, multiple pin request, sending anything to the server, handshake protocol. Here different PCs are sending requests to the server and unnecessary requests are sending to the server. Here it is telling that and the bandwidth of the server is utilized and memory is also utilized, and it is said that sending anything to the servers with handshake protocol. Handshake protocol in the sense when you send request to the server respond you with particular that you can send the packet, you can send the data, and in that case again client send a request that confirm that I have received your acknowledgement, and client start communicating. So in that sense, if client is only sending the request that I am the client and I am the client, then server will get confused that whether the acknowledgement has been received or not by to the client, and again it will start sending the packet. So in that case, if the number of users are more, then server might go full bandwidth of the server is utilized and it may hang. That means if client send request to the server, the server respond that you can send the packet or you can send the data, and afterwards then client send the acknowledgement that I have received your acknowledgement from the server, so I will send the data, and then client starts sending the the data. So this thing if occur unnecessarily, then it may hang the server and server may go hang up, because different users will try to sending the packet and they will not send the acknowledgement to the server that they have received the packet or data, and the server will go on searching that one user is sending the packet, then he will send the data that you can send the data, then again another client will send the packet, can I send the data, server will send, the server will thinking that which client whether the data is acknowledgement is gone to the client or not. So in that case, that is of denial of service attack, means lot of server bandwidth is utilized and unnecessary requests are sent to the server, and due to which the server denies the particular request. It may also happen delaying because it may involve that delaying time critical information by preventing the machine. That's what I want to tell, and a server or entire network from responding to the user request. So hacker create this delay through resource exhaustion or available bandwidth, memory capacity. Now here this is another topic, intrusion detection system. Here we have switch. We have seen in previous video module 1, switch in the sense switch is used when in a network if any user want to send data to any other network. In that case it may happen that one computer want to send data to another computer, and switch are used when you want to send the personalized data in the network. It is not like hub where information is broadcast to each and every computer in the network. So in the case of switch is having the MAC address of the machine, so that's why switch send data through the network particular user, not for all computers. It only does send data to the particular computer. That's why switch are used when security is high. Firewall is used, that we will going to see later on in this module 3. Then intrusion detection system is there, this is intrusion, and this is the router. Router is used because if you want to get connected to the internet, we need router. Why? Because your network is different and internet is different. So in that case, you are in the network, in a small local area network, your computer IP address, it is not called IP address, it is called only it is not called address, and when your computer is getting connected to the internet, then only it is called IP address. So when computer is getting connected into internet, they are getting the IP address. Why IP address is required in the internet? Because computer are identified on the internet with the help of IP address. Okay, so in that case, when your computer is getting connected to the internet, and that job is done by the router, because when you want to send data to the server, maybe Japanese server, so in that case your computer will communicate to the Japanese server. And the role why your computer can communicate with the Japanese server, because there is a router. With the help of router, you can go from one network to another network, and routers are also used to find the best possible path to send the packet to in the network. So here it is used, it is there, internet is there, and then router is there, and then IDS intrusion detection system is there, and then firewall is there, and switch is there, and these are PCs and servers, and these things are there. Okay. So intrusion detection system, it is broadly classified into two types based on parameters. So the system is constructed based on signature of all known attacks. Signature of all known attacks in the sense, you might be knowing that TY students have all the students have pen drive, and all students have the similar virus. So all students have similar virus. That means based on particular signature, okay, based on particular pattern, and rules and signature define abnormal and unsafe behavior. It analyze traffic from network and matches against known signature. Means if students are in the practical lab, if students are copying one program from one login to another login, so these things are happen very much. In that case, if students are accessing the pen drives from the lab, and they are trying to copy the programs which are they have done in the lab, and they are copying it on the pen drive, so these things are also happening in the lab. So depending on that we find out what solution should be there for because they are misusing the intrusion detection system. Okay, so how to overcome, how to block such type of things, that is done through the signature based ideas. Okay, the advantage of this model are easy creation of attack. Signature in the sense password in the sense, you might be knowing the student friends know their username and password of another friend, and if the programs are difficult, what student do, they tell that to the friend, please give me your username and password, you log out and I will log in, and I will see your program, I will copy, I will note down the program, and then I will do my program. So in that case, password matters a lot. So these things are happening in the password signature. That means password means student take the password of their friend, and then try to note down the program and write the program or copy the program, and give a password to their friend afterwards. So database also possible, because there are different database, and database is having different programs and important things, and password are stored in the server database. And faster and easier implementation of IDS, and minimal uses of system resources, Here minimal use of system resources in the sense I will track the IDS system with minimum use of system resources. I will not take more use of system resources. What I will do, I will add one security that no user can access another user login, no user can copy program of another user login, and that is the thing that we need to do to protect the system. The main weakness of traditional and established rule is normal man and robotic man. Now normal man, robotic man, in the sense, if robotic person what to do, if you type username and password correctly, he will allow login, whatever it may be a normal user or it may be unauthorized user. It will only check whether the username and password is correct, allow login. That will not happen with the normal user. Normal user login with their username and password. Robotic man, what it will do, it will check whether the username and password is correct, whether it may be of any unauthorized user also, but it will only check whether there is a username and password are correct, then it will allow login. So that is the case between normal man and robotic man. It will check only the signature, not the detail. Now abnormal intrusion detection system. Anomaly or abnormal intrusion detection system in the sense bandwidth attack. Just now we have seen the denial of service attack. Denial of service attack in the sense lot of computers are accessing the server. Every computer is accessing the server and creating and utilizing the full bandwidth of the server, disturbing the server, sending requests to the server. The different things are trying to engage the server, and if the server is engaged, and if it is engaged for 100%, then it may fault, it may hang up. Okay, so these are called bandwidth attack. And this, so here anomaly, abnormal IDS, what it will do, it will check whether the normal situation is what and abnormal situation is what. Normal situation means every student is doing practical in the lab, he is accessing the data from the server, and everyone is doing practicals coolly. And if anything happens that unnecessary server goes down, then why it is going down, what are the things happen, so they may apply, they may find some tactics of what is going on the network and what is going in the network and what is there in the computer. Okay, like we can say, according to that it will apply some mathematical logic. Your company working with 50 employees and you added 150 employees. In that case, internet connection is same, not increase. Student copy program. So here also I take an example that your company working with 50 employees and you have added 150 employees, and in that case internet connection is same. So it may happen that some employees may download the movies from the internet, some employees may download songs from the internet, so unnecessarily the server may go down and it may disturb the network and it will disturb the company work also. Students copy program from one user to another user when they are familiar with the network. That so it will trace out the anomaly, abnormal behavior of the intrusion detection system, and then it will apply depending on that. Means it will study the current situation and then what is the abnormal situation, and according to that it will apply the IDS. So you are having intrusion based detection are of two types: rule based detection, statistical anomaly based detection. Then statistical anomaly based detection, threshold detection, and profile based detection. So threshold based detection and profile based detection. Sachin is a student of MSc Computer Science. He is accessing internet daily 2 hours. Okay, fine. He is accessing the internet daily 2 hours a day, fine. But if a person is showing his RAM, unauthorized user showing as Sachin, who is accessing the internet 8 hours, then that is threshold based detection. Means What network administrator has found out? Sachin is a regular student of MSc Computer Science and he is regularly accessing the internet only for 2 hours, not more than that. He is only accessing 2 hours daily. And there is a person who is unauthorized user and telling that I am Sachin by cracking the username and password of Sachin, and he is accessing the internet for 8 hours. Then there is lot of variation. Then there is lot of variation. So that variations is nothing but called threshold. That variations is nothing but called threshold. Depending on that threshold, we may find out that there is some problem. There is some problem in the system. Means problem in the sense there is some attack in the system. Now, next case, Sachin is a sincere student of MSc Computer Science and he is accessing only educational website for his studies. Sachin is accessing the website on the internet and only educational website for which he is doing study. Okay, but suddenly unauthorized user showing as Mohan access movies and songs on website, and it is called profile based detection. It is called profile based detection. So here what it is showing that we know that Sachin is accessing the college educational website regularly, and unnecessary it shows that Mohan who is telling that I am Sachin and he is accessing the movies and songs on the website. So this is called profile based detection, because we know that Sachin only access educational website. Then why Mohan is behaving like that is Sachin? He is accessing the account of Sachin and telling that the system admin of college that I am the Sachin, and he is accessing the movies and songs on the website. That may happen. So these are the thing about threshold based detection and profile based detection. Rule based detection. Rule based detection in the sense involves the use of rules known as penetration that would exploit your weakness. Rule based detection involves the use of rules that penetration that would exploit your weakness. Rules could be rule based detection. Rules could be specific target to network. Statistical anomaly detection. Rules are generated through historical audit. Now we are finding that this batch of TY BSc Computer Science or TY BSc Electronics are copying the programs from one login to another login, one other login to another login. So after 1 year, new batch will be there. So we should not allow to do repeatedly when new batch come in the next year. Okay, so we should avoid this. Means what we have done, we have captured the historical data that student at the time of exam also are copying programs from one login to another login, from another login to another login, from another login to another login. So this should not happen with the new batch when it comes to in the TYBSc electronics. So this should not happen. So what we will do, we will have strict permission. It is called authorization and authentication. So these are the things that should be studied properly. So rules are generated through historical audit. So that is called rule based detection. Now honeypot distributed intrusion detection. Honeypot in the sense we have a office, okay, we have different types of system, Windows, Linux, we have different log format. We need to have intrusion detection system that is capable of accessing of records of different format, and records needs to be uniformly processed. So what we will do, we have office, just like consider college, we have office, we have office, we have different types of system, Windows, Linux. In office there might be some server might be of Linux and user client machine might be of Windows. We need to have intrusion detection system that is capable of accessing of records of different formats, accessing of records of different formats, and since Linux records might be of different format and Windows record might be of different format, and so records need to be uniformly processed because the output should be same, the output should be proper. It should not create difference that this printout is taken from Linux and this printout is taken from Windows. It should match properly. It should uniform. Output should be uniform. So honeypot distributed intrusion detection. Let us see in detail. Now divert an attack from accessing critical system. Collect information about the attacker activity. Now it is telling that how honeypot distribution intrusion detection system detect the hacker. Encourage the attacker to stay on the system long enough for administrator to respond. Now we will see in detail. So if there is a college, so if there is a honeypot distributed intrusion detection, if there is a college, we have web server, right? To prevent attack from hackers, right? Create college dummy server to protect main server. Any organization will not export original system into the real world. They will have the original system with the secured state, and they will have dummy system with the help of which, but hackers are using which kind of technique for hacking. So instead of dummy, original system is exposed to the computer system, is a server is exposed to the market. What college decided, they will have dummy server with the help of which if anybody attack on that dummy server, we can recognize if any attack on the dummy server, we can recognize that, in the sense encourage the attacker to stay on the system long enough for administrator to respond. So in that case we will track the attacker, and we will notify the attacker, and we will find the attacker who is attacking our system, college server. But hackers are using which kind of technique for hacking? They may replica of this. Replica doesn't contain confidential information because we are using dummy server. So dummy server doesn't contain any confidential information. It is a system to attract the hackers. Since hackers don't do this in replica, they launch different types of attack. Since organization get idea from which IP the attack is coming, we can come to know. Now if any hacker, if different hacker will try to access the system, dummy system, they are thinking that this is the original web server of the college, but it is a dummy web server. And since we can track from which IP address this hacking is done, different IP address may noted, and we can block that IP address and we can find the hacker. So that is honeypot distributed intrusion detection. Now host-based intrusion detection system and network-based intrusion detection system. So let us see two different intrusion detection system. Host-based in the sense considering the desktop PC, and network-based in the sense considering the network, maybe switch or maybe internet. Let us say intrusion is occurred or occurring. How to know attacker is attacking your system? Basically packets pass through the network. Let us see in detail. Now what is difference between host based intrusion detection system and network based intrusion detection system? Host based intrusion detection system, here user data is obtained from the system. Since it is only a single computer, not a network computer, only a single desktop PC, so all the data is obtained from the system only. But here in case of network based IDS, the data is obtained from the network because it is a LAN network or WAN network or MAN network. Okay, we will consider LAN network. Host-based intrusion detection system are usually more compatible and adaptable with system. Host-based intrusion system are usually more compatible and adaptable with the system. That means, in the sense, they are adaptable and compatible in the sense, since you are using in a single system, then there is no matter of different network issue, and this thing will not be there. In case of network based intrusion detection system are less adaptive, and it has to deal with the whole network. It is not like that single PC. It is here network. A network may consist of 2 PC, 3 PC, 4 PC, 4 computer, 5 computers, different 6, 7. Host based intrusion detection system require training, as it installs only on one machine. Means here only less training is required in case of host based intrusion detection system to install only on one machine. That's why less training is required. If you installed on one machine, you show how to install on intrusion detection system on one machine, then it very easily understandable. But in case of intrusion detection system, it requires more training as deployed by the network level. Here, in the sense, we will see, in case of network based intrusion detection system requires more training as they are developed at the network level. Okay, scan local machine, low bandwidth uses, because only single system is there, so utilization of bandwidth is no matter. And in it utilizes the LAN bandwidth. It also utilizes the LAN bandwidth. That means it is very difficult in some cases, rare cases, to detect the attacker. In case of, we have network based intrusion detection system. Network is built using multiple hosts. Host refer to any device connected to network. It can be computer, router, switch. It checks regular packet traveling through network. In case of network based intrusion detection system, since it is a network, so every packet it is checked which is arriving in the network, maybe switch or maybe hub. You are using hub network in which information is broadcast to every computer. In case of switch, where the information is sent to personally to every computer for which it is belong. It will check packet scan and then forward packet. If any hacking code found in packet, it will send to the administrator. So if any hacking code is found, it will send to the administrator, because in the network we are having administrator, and in host based intrusion detection system we are not having administrator, because there is only one system. If any unauthorized access is there, then it is sent to administrator. Now, host based intrusion detection system, it will check individual computer. If any user access computer, any devices access, if unauthorized access is there in computer, it checks the computer. In case of host based intrusion detection system. Now, key function of intrusion detection system: data collection. The module captures real time data in the system and passes it as an input to IDS. Means real time data in the sense, what is whether the server is what server data, which data is coming to the server, which data is passing from the server, runtime, that is called online, real time. This kind of data that is written to file for analysis depend on type of intrusion detection system, which is explained previously, just now we are seeing. It can be network based intrusion detection system. Data packet is in transmit and collected, and host based intrusion detection system such as disk uses and system processes, which are different processes running over the system, because some process may harm the computer, so it should be checked properly. Feature selection in the sense internet protocol address of source and target system protocol type header length. Internet protocol address of source and target system protocol type header length. Analysis. This module define the method that is used to analyze data. One method is of rule based IDS, where it is coming traffic is checked against the predefined signature. Again, what I told you, signature in the sense particular pattern, means particular password, and it will check, okay, this password is correct, allow the system. If this is correct, then means it checks on predefined signature pattern. Another method is usually anomaly based IDS, where the system behavior is studied and mathematical models are employed. In anomaly based detection, we will see the current situation and then we will compare it with current situation. So depending on current situation, we will decide whether computer is the problem or whether network is the problem. So, and we will apply some mathematical models to imply. Okay, that is paid work. Action. The modules define how system must react to possible attack in system. It can either inform system administrator with all required data through email, alarm, or it can play active part in the system. Here anomaly based detection, there is also one alarm. Alarm in the sense, if any virus is coming in the network, then the system blinks or it generates alarm. But it may happen that if any important data is coming from other network, the anomaly based detection think that the data is coming from the network and it alarm. Means if any authorized data is coming in the authorized important data is coming in the network from other network, and it is authorized data, means valuable data, then also it may have alarm. So this can be possible in the network in case of this alarm. So it can play active part in the system. A false negative error is when IDS fails to raise an alarm in event of intrusion, since it classifies user behavior and legitimated. Means the false negative error is one when IDS fail to raise an alarm. Means if any intrusion is if any attacking is done in the network, and if that alarm is not ring, then this thing may happen in intrusion detection system, since it classifies user behavior and legal user. In network intrusion detection and prevention system, when you are trying to protect network, it is nice to have a device that watch traffic is going in and out in the network. Means you are having a system, you are having a device with the help of which you can see whether the traffic going in the network is virus based or not virus based. Okay, you can watch the traffic, and that is what intrusion detection system is and prevention system. When you are trying to protect the network, it is nice to have a device that they watch traffic is going in and out in your network. Means if I am having a device, and if that device alarm if virus is coming in the network or something unusual is happening in the network, which should not happen, so in that case it may alarm. So that device should be there in the network. with the help of which you can protect the network. Intrusion exploit against operating system application. Now, intrusion exploit against operating system application. Buffer overflow, cross-site scripting, other vulnerabilities, detection versus prevention, detection alarm just I told you, or alert. So we may say that if our host based intrusion detection system there is a virus, we can prevent the virus with the help of what? Antivirus. Intrusion detection system, just I told you that there should be a device, and if that device gives alarm, then we can protect the network. Prevention stop is before that it is into intrusion detection. Prevention stop it before it get into intrusion detection, allows or deny based on particular rules. Now, identification based technologies. Just I told you, signature based means password based pattern. From particular pattern we will detect whether that system is secured or unsecured. Looking for perfect match means what is happening in the network and this thing, and if any unusual thing is happening in the network or not, is happening or not. Anomaly based detection, in the sense build baseline of what is happening right now and what is happening right now previously right now and what is going on online. Okay. Behavioral based observed and report means if there is unusual thing in the network, some virus is there in the network, some hackers are trying to access the network, then observe it and report it. Heuristic in the sense use artificial intelligence to identify something that might be bad, means use artificial intelligence techniques to identify that something that might be bad. Means if something that is there, unauthorized user is accessing the network, or he trying to disturbing the network, or he trying the unnecessary sending the packet in the network, virus in the network, so that thing should be identified using artificial intelligence. That might be bad. Means we can use artificial intelligence technique that if there is a problem in the network, means in the your data, important data should not be hacked. Buffer overflow in the sense underestimated size of buffer. Underestimated size of buffer in the sense we can see, suppose when you open a YouTube, some yellow line first come and then the YouTube start. When you open the YouTube, some yellow line come and then you start the YouTube. Okay, your YouTube means that why that yellow line come, whether the space is available for the video, and if the space is available for the video, that line will move towards the right, and if the space is not available for the video, that line will stop there only. So that is called buffer overflow. Means it needs to check whether the RAM is available for that video or not, and if the RAM is not available, it may happen that that video may hang if it does not find space in the buffer. So underestimated size of buffer, suppose 20% memory is there and programmer power data, just now what I told, if 20% of memory is in there in RAM and he's programmer is writing a program of maybe macro assembler or something, so it may be problematic, the program may not run. You cannot send memory to correct buffer. means because these things are happening runtime, means you cannot send buffer it memory to buffer at the runtime, because that yellow lines come and then that YouTube start. First that yellow lines come it end at the right and then the video start. So that is very important in case of buffer overflow. We pour water outside the class, crashes and the program or slow down or program or return bad data. Just like what I told you, if you are writing a program and your memory in the RAM is very less, then your program may not run, it may slow down or it may give bad output. If you open too many tabs in the browser, what is the maximum capacity of opening tab in the browser is 4, 6, 7, 8, and if you try to open a 20 to 40 tab in the browser, then it will not respond, it will hang up, so that is example of buffer overflow only. If you are opening too many tabs in browser become unresponsive, and it doesn't crash but it becomes unresponsive, so that is related to buffer overflow. These are different sites where intrusion protection systems are available. You can install in your system. Antivirus is there in host based intrusion detection, intrusion prevention. Protect based on signature, constantly growing database, username and password, authentication, authorization. Protect based on activity, why you are modifying the file. That means that file contains some important data of the organization. Software IPS uses not software to load on computer. Okay, so this is all about the access control. Another part, previously we have seen some part of access control, now this is another part we have seen. Thank you.